Hi Ahsaas.
Hi Tanvie, hi Swetha. I'm so happy to do this.
Awesome. So we're actually standing in a gym today because we're going to be talking about how one can start their fitness journey.
Yes.
And of course, every workout begins with a warm-up.
Warm-up.
Absolutely.
So, Swetha, take us through.
Okay, I hate warm-up.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
I hate it. Like, I absolutely loathe it. Like,
But I'm not going to let you skip it because it's absolutely
I
crucial.
know.
All right. The reason we do a warm-up, of course, is to make sure that we reduce the risk of injury and we maximize performance. What the warm-up does was actually send the blood to the working muscles. So let's get started right away, right?
Cool.
Again, Ahsaas, you can follow along. So let's start with a quad stretch, Tanvie. The quad is really the front part of your thigh muscle. So we're going to go deep into that stretch. Dig the heel into your glute, raise the opposite arm, and keep switching. Let's keep it kind of dynamic. Hold it for about 3 seconds, maybe a little bit of a jog in between, and switch. Okay, so let's do about 4 or 5 reps, really get that muscle moving and working. Now your warm-up can be quite specific or it can be quite generic. Today we're doing generic. And while I'm talking, let's skip to the next one, which is a hamstring scoop. So I want you to pop your foot forward, make sure the knee is nice and straight, and from the back, we're going to go deep and open up the hamstring, all right? So push the hips back, make sure the lead foot, the knee is nice and straight. Yeah, and with each rep, what you want to do is get a little bit deeper into that stretch, okay? And keep going. And you can even switch the leg. The last one.
She's doing a better job than me.
Yeah.
Really?
You're doing great, yeah.
Thanks.
The last one is a hip cradle, okay? I was pathetic at this because I never cradled a baby, but typically that's what a hip cradle is all about. It's about holding, pulling the knee close to your chest. So you don't want to do a yank. I heard that little crack there. Bang! But typically it's just a light pull.
Okay, cool.
Right? Keep going. We'll go for a couple more seconds. And the last little bit is Y, T, and W. So you're really squeezing back into a Y. Bring your palms forward, T, and a W. Okay? There you go. That's a decent full body warm-up, I would say. And you can get into the workout now.
That was actually fun. For the first time, I did not.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well done.
So Ahsaas, clearly you have some background in fitness. You can see the warm-up. There's a lot of stability there.
Yay.
So what has your relationship with fitness been?
It's a funny story. So I started working out when I was 17 years old, and I started working out because somebody told my mother that my height will increase if I start going to the gym. So she's like, okay, you need to start working out.
Yeah.
I always had calluses on my hand because I used to hang.
That is very cool.
I had a rod.
The jungle gym thing.
Yeah, so like I had a
rod.
hanging rod in my house.
Yeah.
So I started hanging since I was 7-8 years old. Just because she wanted me. Still you can, clearly nothing worked. It's all genetics. Like hanging is never going to work. Anyway. So yeah, I started working out since I was 17, and then since I've been slightly regular, so I strength train. I try to be as regular as possible.
Sure.
But because of my work schedule, it's very unpredictable. It's so hectic. Yeah. There are times when I don't work out for months.
No.
But there are times when I, like right now, this is the phase where I'm like working out every day. So I have like my phases.
Right. And what type of training do you enjoy doing?
I do strength training.
Okay.
I'm told that I need to do cardio more, but I hate cardio.
Yeah. This is the thing, right? Like people tend to prefer one type of workout or the other. The truth is, a perfect workout program would involve 3 or 4 or 5 aspects really of training, which is strength training, cardio, muscular endurance, etc., mobility. But do we have the time to do all of those? The regular folk and folk like Ahsaas who's got really busy schedules, can you do all of them? Probably not. So pick things that you can do often, regularly.
Yeah.
Yes, I would definitely say a mix of strength training, cardio. But is it necessary to do all of it? No. But is it nice and good to do all of it if you can? Absolutely.
And this was me. Since, I mean, I've been working out for a while now, but for someone who's just starting out, let's say like a girl my age wants to now start working out, what is the first step?
So with regards to first steps, one is find something that you think you will be regular at. And in order to do that, and Tanvie, you know this through Sisters in Sweat as well, girls try a bunch of different activities, right? I know people who have come to me and like, I hate exercising. I hate moving, right?
I hate going to the gym.
I hate going to the gym. Yeah. It's always nice to find a friend that will sort of drag you out or a community that you can go with. So it's not just about the workout and you can get distracted by the social aspect of it. But try a bunch of different things. Maybe one day go to the park for a short run. One day go to the gym with a friend and do a light workout. Try a sport, go for a dance class. There's got to be something there that you enjoy a little bit. And I always say for someone who's starting their fitness journey, try and find something you like, because you don't want to start with something that you dislike. Chances are you're going to drop off pretty soon.
Correct.
So once you get started and your body starts getting used to movement, it is only more than probable that you'll start doing it more regularly. And then perhaps once you get to that point, start experimenting with different types of workouts, because that's important.
I do swimming. Like, that's the only sport that I
Yeah.
That's
do.
great.
I
It's
swim.
such a great sport.
Yeah,
It's
no?
fantastic. I love
Again,
it. Yeah.
that's the problem. So again, I can't be regular. But like, is it okay if we like take up a sport also on the side?
For sure. I think sport by its nature itself is so dynamic, right? And once you find one that you love, you're likely to be consistent with it. You'll probably find your girlfriends or your group that does it as well. And it becomes almost like a social pull as well. And then you've also got your workout of the day. You know
what I love about sport, Ahsaas, is that with the gym, things can get pretty monotonous, right? You're in the four walls of a gym, it's predictable, and at some point, and I've seen this as a fitness instructor, the drop-off rate is huge. But with sport, because every game is going to be different, you don't know which way the ball is going to travel, so you're always switched on. That monotony is very often sort of negated. I'm a big fan of, playing sport. And if you're playing sport, hitting the gym is absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Because the risk of injury then is reduced considerably.
Oh, nice.
And of course, if you want to get better at your sport, you want to get stronger.
Correct.
The gym
The
is
fact that you
important.
already have strength training in your program means that you're building a strong foundation that will actually enable you to perform more safely in sport.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
So which sport are you going to take up, Ahsaas?
Football!
Let's go.
If you teach me.
Done.
Only if you
Done.
teach me.
This was the conversation that started off Sisters in Sweat. Somebody asked Tanvie to teach her football, and that's kind of how we just got started. Yeah.
From one session, and now we have,
Yeah.
pan-India, multiple sports.
I really, really would like to. You know what?
You
I
don't have
also
a
want to-
choice, girl. You're coming.
Yes, I am definitely. And I also will look so cool. Like, look at you. Look at her.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So I just want to look cool. So there are a couple of things I struggle with in life, and one of them is working out regularly. Because I have a very unpredictable schedule, usually there are times when like I'm free, so I work out for the entire week, and then again I have to go back to like a different town or whatever, and then I'm not able to work out. And another problem that I have is that I can't work out if I'm not in the gym. Like my trainer has really tried making me work out at like home or in my hotel room or somewhere, being on a video call, and I feel like that's ridiculous. It's a psychological thing. Like I feel like it's not good to work only on my body. So how do I fix this? And how often do I need to work out?
Yeah. So I'll start with how often do you need to work out, right? Now, to you, Ahsaas, I would say, okay, you've been working out regularly. If you want to progress, you want to make those workouts more intense. One way to increase intensity is by increasing the number of workouts you do. For someone starting off, however, I would say start slow, right, Tanvie? Like, you don't want to shock your body too much and, do one big workout and never come back. So start slow, start with the low intensity stuff, and then over time build it up as your body adapts and you can take on more. Also, it depends on the time you have available. If you have the time and you can work out 5 days a week and, continue on, go for it.
Yeah.
If your schedule currently allows you to do 2 days a week, then that's what you're going to do.
Also, like my work, my job is very physically tiring.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So I keep telling people with, stressful lives and days that adding a workout at the end of a stressful day is not a good thing. It's adding extra stress to your body.
Probably counterproductive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not going to recover. There's going to be too much cortisol in your body. Not a good thing overall.
I think that's where finding an activity that you enjoy really comes into the picture, because you know that I've had such a long work day or whatever, but I look forward to playing that game of badminton with my girlfriends or that game of football with my friends, right? So that's something you look forward to, becomes a stress buster. And Ahsaas, if you end up missing a workout, it's okay. Don't sweat it.
Okay, good.
It's okay.
I know, this is another big stress. I've had such a crazy day and now I've missed a workout, so you feel bad, and it's this negative reinforcement that's really not good for anybody. If you've had a busy day and you weren't able to make it to the workout, that is absolutely fine. Don't sweat it.
Just turn up for the next one. Just make sure you turn up for the next one. Yeah.
You said that it's okay if I miss a workout. But is it better if I maintain a diet? How important is diet while working out?
So I'm going to let Swetha answer this, but I will tell you a sentence that might make sense to you. But they say that abs are made in the kitchen. Think about that.
Yeah. So with regards to exercise versus diet, this is the great debate, right? Like people say that 80% diet, 20% exercise. I would say that, it differs from person to person. I tend to have, I would say a decent average diet. But if I miss a workout, then it really starts to show on me. So the way each person's body metabolizes food will be then the guiding answer to that question. So if your body metabolizes food really quickly, then then diet is very important, I suppose, to someone like you. The golden rule is they go hand in hand, they're complementary. Your diet fuels your workout. So if you have a horrible diet or you're not eating and you're working out, that is just counterproductive, right? Because what you need is every time you work out, you're actually tearing muscle. There are micro tears that happen in the muscle, and once you have your meal and you start nourishing your body, that's when the rebuilding happens and you get stronger. So they both go hand in hand. How important one is in relation to the other really depends on your body type.
And your goals. What is it
Yeah.
that you're looking to achieve at the end of, let's say, a stint of workout?
Just stay healthy and just stay like a proper...
Absolutely.
Good balance.
Yeah, don't overcomplicate it. Do what comes easy, something that can be done often, that doesn't have to be overthought, that doesn't have to be a stress, becomes a way of life. With both, with diet and nutrition.
And because you spoke about metabolism, like for someone who has a very slow metabolism.
Right.
What do I do to fasten it up or like make it better?
Exercise is one golden way to sort of speed up your metabolism. When you build muscle, for example, lean muscle, your metabolism tends to also go up. Or the foods that you eat can help increase your metabolism. If you start eating a lot of junk food, it can start crashing.
Also, just generally having healthy habits like getting enough sleep at night, just being active through the day. If I'm not getting a workout, okay, but I'm active through the day. I'm walking to the next place I need to go, things like that. Having all those things sort of checked, I think you're okay. You're really living a relatively healthy life.
I am a person who gets very hungry. I'm a foodie, clearly. And I'm perpetually on a diet because of my profession. For someone who's like constantly hungry, how do they manage their diet and maintain?
So there are hacks. If you're constantly hungry, I would say have a glass of water before you reach for whatever it is that you think you want. But this is also something that I get people to become aware of, is when they start working out, they tend to feel more hungry. And this is only because, you're burning so many calories, your body wants to replenish. Now, and you should absolutely eat more at that point, but what you eat then becomes key, right? You want to pick nutritious, healthy foods, as opposed to if you had an apple or a bar of chocolate, go for the apple. I mean, it sounds boring, but yeah. And also you said you're a foodie, so one other question that keeps coming up is, do I have to give up all the good stuff? Well, guess what? I'm a big foodie as well. One of the reasons I train is so I can eat all the good foods that I want. But also, you can't just go crazy with that. I would say if you want something that is a high-calorie food, just pick lower portions of it.
Correct.
Right? At the end of the day, if your goal is to lose weight, then you're just following a simple equation. The number of calories you burn has to be more than the number of calories you consume. So those, let's say 10 calories can come from an apple, or it can come from something else, right? Choose the more nutritious choice. So yeah, you don't have to give it all up.
Awesome. Wow. Feels so much better.
Yay.
Yeah. Is there a specific muscle that we need to train? Like I've heard that if you've done legs, you've done your entire body. No. Like someone told me, like if you're doing legs, if you're working out on your legs, you are also simultaneously working on your on your abs and on your arms. So it didn't make any sense to me.
At the end of the day, you want a balanced workout. You want to address all muscle groups evenly, so that you're not overworking some muscle groups and undertraining some. So it also depends on the type of workout. Now, if you're doing a pure strength training type workout, if you've done, say, chest and tricep workout, you want to give that at least 48 hours to recover if you're so focused on the workout. If it's a moderate intensity, light workout, you can do full body every day. So it really depends on the type of training that you're doing. If you're doing a very intense training and focusing on a muscle group, then give it 48 hours. If it's not, then you can just keep going, no problem. You don't have to say that, I have to, stop training. This question about rest day comes up all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, my rest day, my rest day. Now, guess what? Most of us in the general population actually do pretty moderate or light intensity workouts. And you don't really need a rest day. I like a rest day because it's just good to switch the mind off as well and not have any stressor. Some people, instead of calling it a rest day, they call it an active recovery day.
Like swimming?
Yeah,
Swimming would be...
Well, it can be, yes, unless you go for like God knows how many laps. But otherwise, it can be quite a relaxing, active recovery, right? Or going for a walk or a light jog. Those are all active recoveries. So it really depends on how intensely you're working out, what your goals are. Someone like Tanvie, who's a footballer, and at the elite level, then those rest days become very, very important because you can only progress from your point of recovery. So when you're training, you're actually going you're building your muscle graph. And then if you don't rest, it's actually going to drop. And so then you're going to start from the bottom again. But if you rest properly, then your graph is going to go this way. If you don't, it's just going to go and all the way down.
All right, girls, so shall we cool down?
Yes.
I would recommend getting to the ground, doing some floor exercise.
I'm very happy to sit down.
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay, I have one question. Okay, so I worked out on my legs yesterday and I'm very sore.
Yeah.
Is soreness a good sign of a workout or a bad sign of a workout?
Well, I wouldn't say it's good or bad. It's just the body's way of telling you that you've had a workout, that at a biological level or a muscular level, what has happened is there have been micro tears, and that's what you're feeling in terms of the pain. So the soreness is basically your body then responding to those muscular tears. Doesn't mean that it's a bad workout if you don't feel it, because your body starts adapting and you start to feel it less and less as you go along.
Yeah.
But yeah, an intense workout, more often than not, you'll feel the soreness.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, girls, let's exercise simultaneously.
Yes.
Okay. One leg tucked in, one leg straight. Let's
like
go.
That?
Yeah. And hold it
Don't
for
worry
3
about
seconds.
that.
Yeah, I'm
That's
also
the
not
other
very
thing, right?
flexible. Everybody is going to know how bad I am at all this.
Yeah, so you don't have to be super flexible, and the truth is, once you start strength training, your flexibility does tend to reduce.
It does, no?
Yes.
So it's not my fault.
It's not your fault at all. Of course, some people are naturally more flexible, some people are less. I'm terrible. I'm not flexible at all. Tanvi's far more flexible.
Because I have to be.
You are feeling sore today, so you're not feeling very flexible. But yeah, it's good to always do the cool down, because what happens is when you train, your muscles start to contract and become shortened, and at the end of the workout, it's good to stretch them back to size and allow the blood to flow to the rest of the muscles. Otherwise, they're just sort of pooled over there, and that's not good.
That's when you feel cramps the next day and soreness, and not the good kind. Yeah. Okay, I change the leg.
And how do we avoid injury?
I can pick some key things that we can focus on. One is making sure you get a good warm-up, making sure you're rested. I find very often people come to the gym, they haven't slept a wink, or they've partied really hard and they've just showed up. Now that's a recipe for disaster. So making sure that you're rested. Nutrition is a good one to make sure that your muscles are, well nourished. And then, of course, a warm up. Making sure your form is good when you're training. A lot of people have big egos in the gym. They want to lift heavier and heavier in terrible form. And that, again, is another recipe for disaster. So, a few things that you can do. And obviously cool down at the end of the workout.
Like we're cool in that.
That's right.
Now.
Okay, let's change the exercise. Butterfly. Flap the legs. 6 seconds.
Coming back to flexibility, how do I make it better? Like, I've been trying for years to become flexible, but I just don't come around, which is why I hate stretching also. And also my second question, how important is stretching? Like cooling down and stretching are both the same things, or they're like...
They can be.
There's
they can
an overlap,
be.
a major overlap,
okay.
yeah.
So your cool down stretches, that's why they're called cool down stretches, because you're stretching it, stretching out the muscle. But you can dedicate an entire session in a week to just stretching and mobilization, right? Where you are lengthening the muscle. They can be the same thing, and they can be, done on its own, just like a mobility stretch.
That was amazing. Am I now a sister in Sweat?
You absolutely are.
Yay!
Let's go.
Yay! And you have to teach me how to play football.
Done. We'll dedicate a solid 90 minutes to introducing the sport to you. And we'll make sure you have a good time.
You'll feel pretty cool after the session.
Yeah.
And the best part is that after one session itself, you can call yourself a footballer. Why not? Because you play that sport. Exactly.
Laundry list of things that you already are.
Oh my God. Hey, I had so much fun. Honestly, working out has not been this fun in a while. Yeah. So, yay, I had too much fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1, go sisters!